Greetings and welcome back to my channel. This is another build model review. While the Starliner project is a little stalled up due to the bad weather and extreme cold, which is extending the paint drying time, decided to make this little build model review. This time we are going to be reviewing an AMT 1966 Ford Fairlane 500 R-Code. This car is a lightweight Fairlane, kind of a bare bones car offered by Ford Motor Company to those who wanted to do some drag racing. The car has no heater, no radio, and lightweight body parts like the hood, fenders, and so goes on. The kit depicts the car quite well. The only available color for those cars was Wimbledon white that I managed to have reproduced in synthetic enamel form, my by far preferred kind of paint. This car was built by me back in 2013, and along with the Galaxies is one of my favorites. One of my favorites also from AMT is a reasonable recent tooling. It has lots of parts, great detail, goes together with no issue whatsoever. The car is very well replicated by AMT proportion wise, and the kit is really a joy to build, both for Ford fans like me and to muscle car fans in general. This little Fairlane has like I said, the fiberglass hood that has no hinges. It's kept in place on the real car, on the 1-1 car, by those 4 chrome pins. You had to remove the pins and with the help of a buddy to lift the fiberglass hood and take it apart so you could have access to the R-Code 427 V8. This 427 V8 was the most powerful engine Ford would offer at the time. It's a dual 4-quad engine, side oiler with an aluminum intake manifold, and was built by just putting the kit's parts together. No plumbing, no wiring, nothing. All you can see here is included in the box. The decals for the radiator, the decal, the Ford oval on the windshield washer bag. Everything is included in the kit. Also inside you can see it's a quite generic model. It's basic, bare bones, like I said. The only available color was black, and the only creature luxuries available were a set of wood grain accents on the upholstery on the doors. It had a front bench seat, and that was about it. 4-speed on the floor with a top loader, Ford transmission, plus, like you can see, no radio, nothing. The paint, like I said, was airbrushed in synthetic enamel, Wimbledon white, that I had mixed. This car also has separated parts for the 427 emblems on the front bumpers, on the front fenders, sorry, and has the most cool hubcaps Ford ever offered, in my opinion, that are those small dog dishes. Those hubcaps themselves started life on the 1965 line, lived through 1966, and stopped being produced in 1967. They are also called poverty caps, but I really love them. I have a set of one of those dog dish hubcaps on my Ford Galaxy. I just think they look awesome. The rocker panel trim is a separate part. The Fairlane 500 is a decal. The lettering is a decal. It's starting to get a little yellow. Maybe I can find some PE parts to replace those decals later, but I really don't see the need. All the lettering here on the back is also decals provided with the kit. The license plate is a custom made by me. It's a Brazilian license plate. It has the town Florianopolis, where I live, and the car year on them. The tail lights had the small detail on the center foiled. It's a trim piece that also doubles function as a backup light. The model itself is completely box stock. Total and completely box stock. The foil was not done with bare metal foil, was done with regular household aluminum foil, and as glue I used a product called Gold Leaf Bond. That is a varnish that gets tacky, and you can use the household aluminum foil just like you would use bare metal foil, but I always was able to achieve better results with the household aluminum foil than with bare metal foil. Don't ask me why. Maybe because when I learned how to foil in the early 90s here in Brazil, bare metal foil was a non sequitur. Nobody knew what that was. It was impossible to get. The underside of the car was painted to replicate a brand new, unrestored, super low mileage Ford Fairlane. Like you can see, I added markings on the springs, balancing markings on the drive shaft, also markings on the steering mechanism, and the correct black and apparent metal on the lower arms. The Fairlane, being a frameless car, has its underside painted with the classic Ford primer. This Ford primer serves as a base for the painting. The car was later painted white at the production line if it were a 1-1, and the Wimbledon white would find a way to get underside like it's shown here. Also on unibody cars, Ford used to make great use of undercoating, black material, a little rubbery, that was applied to critical areas like it's done here and on the back as well. The fuel tank was brush painted with testers flat steel. The parking brake lines were also brush painted. There is no detail added other than what the kit provides. Again, the transmission and clutch cover seams were sanded smooth. The engine was painted Ford blue, Ford corporate blue, and the tires are the original AMT tires that are my all-time favorite tires, the Firestone wide oval bias ply tires. I like those tires so much I have a set from Cooker on my 1974 Galaxy. I just love bias ply tires. I know they are old-fashioned, but I really love them. Them old bias ply. Other than that, the bottle lines were wash painted with a dark tone of gray. It's not black, may appear black here, but it's not black. It's a dark gray to give the car a little more realism. I don't usually do that. It's a stuff I only do when I feel like. The hood AMT provides, and it is composed of three separate parts. The chrome trim on the bottom, and this air intake. This air intake is a separate part of the hood, and you have to glue it and be very careful to sand the lines, the glue lines, to make it look like a single piece, as this hood on the 1-1 car was a single piece fiberglass hood. Well, all four wheels spin. The front wheels are posable, and this is a feature of the kit. I did nothing to make them posable other than just assembling the kit without gluing the spindles to the upper and lower arms. So if you buy one of those, you can make the wheels spin, which is a feature of the kit, and you can make them to steer. That is also a feature of the kit. Nothing was modified to make the car do that. Well, gentlemen, I thank you again for your patience and for your views, and please feel free to comment, and I always open to constructive criticism. Cheers and have a great weekend.